right, how's everybody doing? So I really want to make this video because I see on my feed all of these videos about, I guess if you want to call these people doomers, about dating and why they give up on dating. And the intent behind, before I even start, when I make this video, I'm not trying to come off as oh yeah, I'm a stud, I get all the girls. That's not my intent. My intent is to just give you like a new perspective. Just try to make you understand that if you're having a difficult time in getting a date, right? It's okay. It's okay, and it will be helpful if you give yourself the opportunity to understand that in this day and age, it's the dating scene, I guess, or the atmosphere is incredibly interrupted, corrupted, and just this and possibly even destroyed by technology, right? Because I think personally, you can correct me if you feel that I'm incorrect. Technology has incredibly almost just like I said before, interrupted, corrupted, or just gotten in the way and totally just fiddled around with the dynamics between the two genders. I'm not gonna say the two genders right now because I'm not in the mood for that because I'm just gonna get whatever between right. So now that you've got that, like, people are just having, I guess, a difficult time. And I don't want to say that it's just dudes. I think girls also have a difficult time dating. So, and that I know because in my place of work, which I'm not going to tell you where I work, obviously, I hear all of these things from these 20-something-year-olds, boys and girls. Oh my god, I said it. Anyways, whatever. So let me just give you a little insight. I'm 40 years old, so I obviously grew up in the 90s. I guess I'm a millennial, right? So I grew up in the 90s. I think when I was like 13, it was like what, 1997, 14, it was 1998. During those times, I started having, experiences with chicks, right? So during those times, it was easier, I would say, to like start, messing around with chicks and having fun and going out to places. Everybody kind of like, I grew up in Bayside, Queens, so and I also spent my high school years in Long Island. So it's just it was just a different time. We did have the internet, but we weren't like on the internet like you guys are. We were just mostly out. When we did want to use the internet, it was most likely not all of us had it. Some people did. I didn't start having the internet until what, like 99 or 2000. Yeah, between 99 and 2000. Before then, it was just like, oh, we would have to. Oh, my friend has the internet. Let's go to his house, and then we would text. We would be on America Online, and then we would talk to these other chicks that are on the other side of town. And there's like, oh, they're all these chicks are by themselves, and we'd be like, oh, and we would all be like, oh, let's meet at the pizza shop. Or we could meet at the mall. Just stuff like that's what we would use the internet. You know what I mean? So it was fairly easy to start hanging out with chicks. It was fairly easy to go out on dates. It's, for me at least, in my perspective, the way I handled it, if a chick didn't want to hang out with me, I would be like, okay. I didn't take it personal, or I didn't take it like I didn't get upset. So that now that you know that, as I got older and I started going into high school and college, right? During that time, my relationships got a little bit more serious. So my mindset changed a little bit. I still was kind of like, why am I wasting my time with this chick when I could be out with my friends? Which is most likely what I naturally and organically wanted, right? I wanted to just be with my friends more than hanging out with my girlfriend because it was boring hanging out with my girlfriend, other than us just, doing it. So every time me and my girlfriend did it, whatever I was dating during that time, when I was 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 35, 36, during that time, right, whoever I was dating, okay, we did it, and then, okay, I'm gonna go hang out with my friends now. But she wanted to do the opposite. She wanted to stay in bed and just like talk about. I'm like, I don't want to do any of this. Okay, sure. Sometimes I did. Sometimes, most of the time, I really didn't want to do any of this. And throughout the years, I ended up realizing that I'm not really good at maintaining relationships. So I'm not boyfriend material. However, I am incredibly grateful that I've had the experiences that I had with a select number of desired individual females, and I can say I've had my way with them. So I've satisfied that bloodthirsty sexual carnage that I had inside of me, which is why I was always pretty much chill. If you don't want to hang out, then don't hang out. This other chick will hang out, or this other dummy chick will hang out. It's okay. You don't have to. We don't have to go through this text. We did have texting capabilities in, like, with the Nokia phone in the early 2000s, mid 2000s. We don't have to do this. Okay, just say no. Fine, great, bye, see you later. So I didn't take it personal. So it's not that obviously the title of this video, it's not like, oh, I just never gave up on, I just never tried or cared. It's just, it is what it is. And obviously going back to realizing, I just realized that all of this shit is just ends up in the same place. I always end up in the same place. Go out, this chick hangs out with me, we're hanging out, I like her, and then once we do it a couple of times, I obviously lose interest. Does that make me a bad person? If you think it does, then you do. I don't. I just realized that, like, all right, I'm just not interested in this chick anymore. And sometimes she wasn't interested in me, but I wouldn't take it personal either, because I kind of like wanted to sneak out of that relationship, but I would just kind of wait till they get bored of me, because you do not want to dump a girl, a chick, never. From what I at least know, I would never want to do that because they take it personal. I always waited till like they got rid of me. I'm like, I'm so hurt. I would just play along. But anyways, so it's like the title of this video says, I just never tried or cared. And no, seeing what younger people, I'm not going to say just younger dudes, seeing what younger people are going through now, I'm like, my message is just stop caring. Who cares? You're going to be, if you're 26, you're having a hard time getting a date. That's normal. It's part of life. Is it much more difficult now compared to my mid to late teens, early 20s? Without a doubt. It's incredibly much more difficult, much more just complicated. Everything is so complicated now, rather than just being honest and just being. I was brutally honest. And sometimes I'd get turned down because I would just say, hey, listen, I don't want anything here. I just want to, just, that's it. I just would do it. If we don't want to do it, then we don't do it. I'm not gonna waste my time here. I gotta go see my friends after this. Do you wanna? And sometimes I get dumped for that, or sometimes I would get rejected for that, and that's okay. It's okay. It's normal. It's like when how many times have you filled out an application for work and you got rejected? Same thing. Same exact thing. It's just a person, not a corporation. Just chill out, and would I recommend dating today? If you're in your mid 20s, I would say yeah. Even though I'm not interested in it, really interested in it, I would say go out, put yourself out there and see what happens. Your life is like a big experiment. It's not like everything is written in stone, and just because the dating scene is incredibly corrupt and interrupted and destroyed, doesn't mean that you'll never have a date or you'll never find somebody you like. It's just really complicated, but you have to understand that. That's the issue. You have to understand that. You have to understand that it may take a while. And when you do get a date, you also have to understand that you're gonna have to start to spend some money, time, energy. You're gonna, So if you have personal hobbies, what's gonna come first? It's like almost you're sacrificing your time. And right now, especially in the corporate realm, where I see all these young professionals in their early 20s, mid 20s, they don't have time. Especially in the corporate world, where there are major companies that hire all of these young individuals, coders, right? You code, all of these young individuals, at 65K a year, 85K a year, these individuals are highly stressed. Highly stressed. Do they have time to start going out on dates and getting to know? Like, that's a whole other conversation right there. So, right now, I mean, get out there, just experiment if you can. If you can. If you can't, don't sweat it. I'm sure you'll have your experience sooner or later. But yeah, that's just my message from this video. I never gave up on it because I just don't care, or I basically never tried. If it happened, it happened. If it didn't happen, it didn't happen. Right now, I'm just not even, just not. I'm not just not trying. Like, even in my early 30s, I just like, I was so focused on other things, like my body, my fitness, my mind, my money. I was so focused on so many other things rather than chasing an individual. And this is not a video. Also, I don't do not want to vilify the ladies. Not want to vilify them. I'm not trying to vilify them, the dudes either. I'll vilify myself. I realize that I'm not boyfriend material. I'm just not a good I'm a great friend. I love being friends with people, hassle free, no responsibility. But when I'm a boyfriend, it's just, it doesn't. I just don't hold up my end of the bargain. So why even bother? You get what I'm saying? When you get to know yourself, and you know what you're capable of, and you know what you can't do, you don't want to do it, then you know where to. Then you know, hey, maybe I shouldn't waste my time trying to date, or maybe I should. Maybe I should. You know what I mean? So you got to get to know yourself and be comfortable with that and accept it. Not everybody needs to have a girlfriend or a boyfriend. Not everybody needs to be married or have children or have a giant house or have all the toys or have. Not everybody needs to be like everybody else. If you're boring and quiet, be boring and quiet. I'm sure somebody out there will like that. And if there isn't, so what? Accept it. It's life. You don't have to be liked by everybody. Okay? That's just my personal opinion, and what do I know? I don't care if people like me or dislike me. If they like me, great. If they dislike me, they have all the reason, all the rights to dislike me. They have the reason and all the right to like me. Doesn't matter to me. I'm here to enjoy my life as much as I can, and I want to see other people enjoy their lives as well. I don't want to see other people being upset or sad or depressed or feeling less than because they can't get a date. I don't like seeing that. You see what I mean? I'm not the only one who wants to have fun. I want you to have fun too. Is that okay? Am I a bad person for that? If you leave a comment on the comment section if you don't like or like what I'm saying. It's all good. Calm down, bro.